The Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India has released an important white paper on democratizing access to AI infrastructure, and this document has now been publicly released, and it outlines a new roadmap on how government now plans to democratize the AI infrastructure in the coming years. To talk more on this, I have with me the Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India, Dr. Ajay Sood. Welcome to NDTV, sir.
Thank you very much. So this white paper, which you just now mentioned, it builds up on India's AI governance guidelines, which was released recently, which has many pillars, including what we need and the ethical issues and so on. It is a very nice framework. These are not regulatory frameworks. These are kind of guidelines on which further work can be done. Now, these white papers which you mentioned, the goal of these white papers before we get to India AI Summit in February 2026 is to have informed deliberations and action among different stakeholders, what we need as a country to take the strength of AI to the public. So AI is a very disruptive technology, as we all know. At the same time, we also know that we need to have some guardrails. So this AI governance guidelines was to see that we do not have excessive guidelines. We have we make sure that the innovation is not stifled, but at the same time, we are aware of the ethics. Now, this white paper looks at what we need for this. So, first we need to have access to compute facilities, reliable data sets, correct tools, and also the right applications on which this AI can be used.
Right. So the important thing that you're saying now is that just like at one time when the internet revolution happened, there was a thinking that internet should be for all. It should be easily available, it should be affordable, so that the citizens can use the power of the internet. And that clearly is happening now. More than 100 crore Indians now have broadband connection. But the second question is that does this mean that you are now presenting a roadmap for AI for all, in the sense that any citizen, if he or she wants to use the power of AI for personal good or public good, they can use it easily?
So precisely, I think you said it very well, that we really want AI for all, as was mentioned by our Honorable Prime Minister in many fora. So this, how can we do it? How can we have AI for all and not only for few privileged ones? So it should not really become the proprietary of few firms or few individuals, and the other ones remain only the users.
Right.
So we do not want a divide. So there like we did not want digital divide. Similarly, we do not want AI divide. So this AI divide is a very dangerous things in the world. We should not have the divide between people who develop AI and the people who deploy AI and use AI. It cannot be sustainable. So this is the point we have to keep in mind. So India, Government of India would like to create infrastructure which is accessible to our researchers, to our startups at a very reasonable cost.
Right.
And the government in the AI mission, which is being run by MeitY, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, has already put this framework. How do we make this compute available in a way where people can develop our large language models, small language models, and so on? So effort is already on. In addition, we have in AI mission, AI data cosh. Already we have large number of datas on that and large number of models which have been developed in this AI data cosh. So this is what we mean when we say democratize AI for public good.
Right. There are basically, I can see 4 important components of the white paper: physical infrastructure, digital infrastructure, regulatory and policy environment, and industry initiatives. Now, we know that there are countries who have even made a law to regulate AI. What is your suggestion with regard to the need for a legislation to regulate AI?
Yeah. So if you look at our, what I mentioned about this India AI governance guidelines, we have been very clear what India wants to do. So what we are saying is, at present, there are existing laws which can address the issues coming out of AI usage, deployment and user. But in case in future something becomes essential to have new laws, I'm sure government will not hesitate from that. But right now, as discussed in the guidelines, there are existing laws under Bharat Nyaya Samhita and others, where like DP Act and so on, where we have provisions. But we are completely open to see if some new regulations are needed.
There is an important suggestion you have made in the white paper. I'll just quote briefly. To act as the enabler of socio-economic development, the building blocks of the AI system, that is data, compute, and an ecosystem of models and algorithms, need to be made widely accessible and usable. I think that is the theoretical paradigm of this white paper.
Yeah, like I'll give you an example. In India AI mission, when government is funding the startups and the researchers for developing the relevant models, SLM, LLM or agentic AI, the idea is that whatever is developed will be available to other users, because we are putting public money into it with the appropriate processes. So this is the thing which you are reading, that we want to make sure that whatever we invest from our funds and whatever private parties come, it is used in a way which is win-win for all. So we do not want to have a monopoly, but at the same time, you cannot say that we will not have our, business interests. Business has to be developed. There is no question. Economy has to grow. But at the same time, availability of AI resources for making people enabled, whether it is for data training, AI training or inferencing, should be available.
So do you now expect, after the release of this very important white paper, responses from stakeholders also, especially companies, in terms of the concerns they have and how to make it practically feasible on the ground?
Yeah, see, point is that even in AI mission, what we have done, government has not created the infrastructure for putting GPUs and CPUs. What we have done is that the private players have set up these data centers. Government is now funding to make this available to our researchers and startups and industries. So it's a mixed approach. It is not that it is funded and completely run by government. No, that's not the model. The model is already private players have created this thing, but now they have a business for it. And that business is being created partially by AI mission with government funding. So this is a public-private partnership in its true spirit.
So the last question is that what are the outcomes you expect? Now this is a document which is in public sphere, and of course gradually it is becoming part of the discourse, the AI discourse on this debate, how to regulate AI. So what are the broad outcomes you now expect after this release?
Yeah, so we have put our intentions, our intent behind this, that AI resources, whether it is compute, whether it is the data sets, whether it is the tools, all those things should be available to our people, researchers, innovators, startups, users, in a manner which is win-win for all. In that, we would like to bring all the players together, government, public parties, and our private players. And we want now AI, which the one example which you have seen is the AI for DPI. Digital public infrastructure is a success story in India that we all know. Global level success. Question is how AI can take it to DPI 2.0. We had DPI 1.0. Now we would like to use it, like to use AI, and it should be DPI 2.0. So now we want to attach intelligence to the data. So that is DPI 2.0. And that is the larger goal. Because DPI 1.0 is a huge success. You know all the success stories.
Many countries also, which India is helping now.
Question is, how do we use the power of AI now?
For strengthening the DPI.
DPI is one immediate application which we can immediately envisage. So DPI 2.0 is the vision.
Thank you very much, Professor Ajay Sood, for talking to NDTV.
Thank you.
So in Delhi, with my camera colleague Pooja Arya, 𝐻𝐼𝐴𝐻𝐸𝐻𝐸 for NDTV.